So today we're going to take a look at the lower leg and what we can do with that with regards to improving it in a similar way to what we've been tackling the quads and the glutes. We're not going to do any soft tissue work today, but what we're going to do is we're still going to do some isometrics, and we're going to follow that up with actually a couple of mobilizations for the ankle joint itself. So we're looking at, in particular, posterior tibialis and soleus, because these are the two bigger ones that are really involved in dorsiflexion or potentially limiting dorsiflexion, and we want them to be in good shape. So we're going to use the isometrics in the same sort of protocol as we've done up to now. For the actual joint mobilization, we've got two different ones. We've got a banded mobilization and one with no band. I show you how to set up the band at home, and it's worth investing in one. You know, you can use it for quite a number of different things, but if you don't have one, we've got another one that you can do that works as well. And both of these are designed to really just get that joint moving through as much of a range of movement as we can. The banded one has the benefit of actually starting to place a bit more stress on some of the posterior ligaments of the ankle, and it's these that can really limit dorsiflexion, especially where there have been ankle injuries in the past. Protective tone through the two ligaments that sit either side. It's the posterior talofibular and talotibular ligaments that are the ones that we're actually kind of working on. And I'll often do quite a bit of soft tissue work on those in the clinic to help reduce some of that protective tone. But we're not going to worry about that today. So really what's coming up is an isometric for posterior tibialis, an isometric for soleus, and then two mobilizations for the ankle joint itself. And what we're going to do is the isometrics first, and then do one or other of the mobilizations depending on what equipment that you've got. So here we go. Work for the lower leg, and that really helps set us up for getting into the posterior knee stuff, and make it easier to actually get into the positions that we can access that a bit better. Now, these are two isometrics that we can use to help to start reduce tone in two of the posterior muscles in the lower leg. So really what we're thinking of here are posterior tibialis and soleus. Now you can just do these just up against the wall, and we do them both with a bent leg. So just in this one, for soleus, we're just in this position, and you're just slowly building up the pressure into the wall. Now we want to do this really over a sort of 3 to 4 count. So we know fine well that you can really press quite hard, but more often than not what's missing is the ability to just go through the gears on these movements. So it is, what we're looking for is, it's almost like you feel like you're doing nothing, then doing a little bit of something, and then definitely pushing. And we want to just slowly build up through that, so it would be nothing much happening, feel like I'm pressing a little bit, definitely pressing against the wall, hold it there for a couple of breaths, and then reverse it. Rather than just stopping, actually ease the movement off. So it's gently build it up, hold, gently relax. Now that's for soleus. When we're doing posterior tibialis, what we want to do is actually change the foot position slightly, so that we're not just pressing straight into the wall. We actually want to be thinking of turning the foot in a bit. So we're sort of thinking now of pressing more through the little toe kind of area, the edge of the foot, where the foot's kind of starting to turn in the way. It's the same principle. All we're going to do, slowly build that pressure up over 3-4 seconds, hold it in that position a couple of seconds, and then gradually ease it off. Now with both of these, we're going to do 6 reps for 3 sets, and these can then be combined with the ankle mobilisation drills, be it the banded drill or just a simple all fours, in half kneeling position and the knee out over the foot. So one of the ankle mobilisations that I really like doesn't really, well, we don't really use this, it's more this that we're using, but this banded movement really is great, especially where you're really struggling to get that knee out over the foot and there's a stiffness within the joint. Now we can use the band to apply a force across the joint to start getting the glide between the tibia and the talus that we need in order to get that. I mean, some of this is coming from quite commonly the posterior tibio-talar and tibio-fibular ligaments that we can use to apply stress with it. We can back this up with some isometrics for the lower leg muscles, soleus, posterior tibialis in particular. But I'll show you how to set this up. So at home, one of these, 2 tennis balls and duct tape. Duct tape solves a whole host of problems, as you probably know. Wrap that round there. Now you would be on the other side of the door. Goes in like that, and when you pull on it, it pulls the door shut. Obviously in this scenario, you'll be pulling the door open, but works really well. I've used it at home myself any number of times, and it's really safe. In here today, not going to use that at all. So I will put this as low on the tibia as we can, but not down past, really onto the foot. So you want to be in this position now. I'm not really putting a lot of tension into the band here today, but just so that you can see it properly. So you would put in, you don't need a massive amount, but enough that as you move forward, that you can feel the band pulling back against the leg. And all you're doing is just rocking backwards and forwards to get that glide. So really, if you're thinking of what the joint looks like, it's here, and we're looking to get that kind of movement happening. Now there's not a lot of it, but we want what we can get. So this, do 20-30 seconds of it at a time. One of the best ways to check it is either how your squat feels afterwards, or before and after I should say, or check the knee to wall test as well. But you might not see a massive change in the range of movement, so sometimes the squat can be one that's a bit more subjective in terms of just how things feel. They might feel like they're moving a little bit better rather than seeing any significant difference in range of movement. So that is basically the banded movement. Now if you don't have a band, and I appreciate that some of you won't, you can kind of duplicate this idea just on the ground. We just go down on all fours. Now in this movement, really what we're doing is we're making sure that the foot is firmly in contact with the ground, and all we're going to do is just rock back and forwards, guide the knee out over the toes so that you're not falling back in the way. We want that movement going out there. Now we don't have the assistance of the band on this, but when the movement is lacking, this is a good way to actually just help get that movement back into it. You know, it's almost like taking your the opposite end from duct tape, taking your double D40 and squirting it into the joint in a sense. We're really just looking to get it into positions that it's not used to going in. Now both of these are really what we're looking for out of them is that ability for the knee to travel out over the foot, thereby allowing us to really get much more out of the posterior chain. In terms of what we're looking for with regards to knee pain, really get the calf and hamstring working well together. So there's two mobilisations that we can use to help with ankle range of movement.